Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food Worth Forking. It is Wednesday, it is March, it is the last. This is the last day of March. And this is also the last day to celebrate Women's History Month. And that's what we're going to do tonight. But please know you can celebrate women and women's history all year long. But this is the last day. So again, welcome to Food Worth Forking. I'm your host, Laura Williams, and welcome. And if this is your first time watching or listening, welcome. And thank you for being a part of the podcast and watching and being here tonight. So again, if this is your first time, Food Worth Forking is all about food, dating, and lifestyle. So all things food, interviews with chefs, and everything that's happening in the culinary world, dating, and lifestyle. So we are about to get into it. Oh yeah, and before we get into it, listen, if you have not, please do. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like this episode, hit that bell so you will never miss an episode, or at least you know what's happening and what's going on, right? So let's get into it this evening. Let's get started. So listen, tonight we're talking about pleasure, the pleasure principle, because pleasure, what I've been told, is your birthright. And I like that because, yeah, I'm with it. I think so. And I'm here for it. How about you? Are you here for it? I hope so. So let's get into it. Oh, yes, the pleasure principles, because pleasure is your birthright. And tonight is all about pleasure and loving on you. And ladies, most of the time we are the last to receive. We are the last to do for ourselves because we're doing so much for so many other people. And tonight we are going to take some time and, do a little bit of work for us. So we, again, end of the month, celebrating Women's History Month. And we're celebrating tonight with intimacy coach and pure romance consultant, Ravenne Marte. And Ravenne is also known as Nature. Again, this episode is for us. And Ravenne will be reminding us that taking time for you is important. She'll be giving us tips and suggestions on how to check in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Love the skin you're in. And we're going to take a few steps towards living fearlessly, knowing your best is enough. What you do, if it's your best, it's enough. So tonight we're taking a moment to taste, to feel, breathe, and experience pleasure. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Ravenne. Ravenne Marte, again, also known as Nature, is a licensed social worker and graduate of Capital University. After 3 years of social work and being a part-time pure romance consultant, she quit her social work job and transitioned to become an entrepreneur in 2018. She is now in her 5th year with Pure Romance, empowering and educating women and relationships worldwide. Ravenne took her freedom to fully immerse herself in the healing arts, and she is also now a trauma-sensitive yoga teacher, herbalist, and elemental artist, intuitive tarot reader, that's tarot cards, and she's also a doula. She is committed to reminding us how to get back in touch with the energy that you are through knowledge and various healing. So, with no further ado, Ravenne invites us and guides her community to fuel the body with plant-based foods, herbs, movement, also known as meditation, breath work, sound healing, mindfulness, and so much more. So no further ado, please join me in welcoming Ravenne Marte to the podcast. Hello.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. Happy to be
I'm I'm glad. So listen, real quick before we even get started, we'll have some comments here. So let's see what people are saying. They're like, "Ooh, wait. Oh, I see that you have yes. We have names and we're going to explain these naughty names that we have here. These extra names on our here. And Kenya says, "Hey Raven."
here.
Yes. So we are here and we are going to have a great evening. So Raven, let's get started. So, I tell us about you and a little more about you and just how you even got started and why.
Okay, so this is always an interesting question, but I'll just start from I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from Harlem. Shout out to Laura because she's from New York too.
Hey.
But I moved to Ohio around the seventh grade, and being here, just started my journey. Graduating from college, I got into social work, but I was introduced to pure romance, and at that time, um, it was definitely out of my comfort zone. But this is something that's definitely boosted my confidence when it comes to intimacy and sensuality. So I got invited to a party. So maybe maybe like some of you when y'all have first went to a pure romance party didn't know what to expect. But after
Yes.
I fell in love with it and decided to join because I love the idea of empowering and educating women and just helping us to tap back into our divine feminine energy. Because, when it comes to talking about sex and sexuality and intimacy, it can be very taboo. So
Mhm.
from there, as you mentioned, I ended up quitting my social work job to do pure romance full time and have since dived into, the other healing arts. So all of this was because these are certain things that I did on my own, like, getting into herbs, getting into yoga, and I
Okay.
really wanted to help other people and women especially be empowered with healing themselves too.
Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, we're going to start with a little. Well, first, let's start with telling people why we have these names, these interesting names next to our real names.
So, just like at my parties, tonight is all about, letting go of whatever negative energy or stress and just letting loose, tapping back into the energy that we are. But also, if you want to, get more into your divine feminine energy, one of the fun things that we can do is come up with a naughty nickname. So, because most people call me Nature, my nickname is Naughty by Nature. And we have Laura, who is Luscious Laura. So, the is to come up with an adjective, a very kind of playful, sexy, sensual, descriptive word that starts with the first letter of your first name. So if you have a name, just make sure you add your real name behind it. You can go ahead and drop it in the comments so
Yes.
we can all see your naughty nicknames. But yeah, it's nice to have what you might call an alter ego when it comes to your sensuality or your goddess name. So yeah.
Nice. I'm with it. So, we need to know what your naughty names are, ladies, and maybe even gentlemen. Go ahead and put them in the comments. And while you're figuring out what your name is going to be for tonight, we Raven, we're going to play a game. We're going to do a little icebreaker. It's real quick. We're going to do a speed round. It's real easy. One word answers. Well, maybe more than one word answers. But this is the speed round. So we're just going to get started with this tonight. So, first up, Wonder Woman or Batman?
Wonder Woman.
What is your PSA? Public service announcement.
Well, pleasure is your birthright, of course.
What? Yes. Yes. That sounds like snap. That sounds like that should be snaps right there. What's your biggest addiction?
Hmm. Ooh, that's hard. I would have to say tortilla chips.
Okay.
I'm working on
Okay.
it, but yeah.
Okay. Who's your hero or shero?
I would say the sexually liberated woman and myself. So
Okay.
yeah, both.
Okay. Okay. Favorite sensual food?
Mangoes.
Mangoes. Oh, that's
Mango.
a good one. That
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
I
makes
love
sense. I get that. I get
it.
that. What's the craziest, or where's the craziest place you've found yourself on a date?
mm. On the top of railroad tracks at night over the water. Yeah.
Railroad tracks. Where? In Ohio? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, there are railroad tracks. Okay, that's a good one. All right, for that date. Okay. Last weekend on Earth, what city are you eating in, and what are you drinking?
Mm, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
well, I would have to go with Puerto Rico, but plant-based Puerto Rican food for sure. And drinking, I'm gonna go with mango juice.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. I mean,
Maybe
what?
mango colada, but yeah.
That sounds good too. Good. Okay, so what's your I never knew that moment?
Mm. Hmm. Oh, that's a hard one. Can we come back to that one?
We can skip it. We can come back, think about it, and later on you be like, oh yeah, that moment is okay. Big party or small gathering,
Small gathering,
cake or pie.
cake, maybe even that coquito bunt cake.
See,
I would say last.
you better come through
Okay.
and know what we cook on this show.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, okay, coquito. That sounds
You
like
better know what we've been cooking on this show. Yes, yes, and it's really good. So that the recipe is up, so check it out. But it's really good. So that's it. It's easy.
okay, I passed. All right.
Right,
I
you
said
did. You did. It's great. So
okay.
let's okay. So we are about to get started. Let's get this party going. So I'm going
Yes.
to start with okay. So being a woman and knowing just the challenges of of being a woman, and again that our our days are hectic most of the time, um, and really more than anything we tend to put ourselves last on the back burner, um, more times than not.
Mhm.
So what are some things that you share with your clients or people, with how to start taking care of themselves, or what are some simple things that people can do?
Yeah. Well, I love that question because it's definitely true. Like the first thing we stop taking care of is ourselves when we're feeling down or on autopilot. So it's really important for us to connect back to the energy that we are. So one of those ways, the main ways for me is connecting back to nature. Um,
Okay.
the divine feminine energy, like that's what we are. We are nature. So one of the ways that I connect, even if I'm not going outside, like, it was just winter, is having a lot of plants in my home. But I always, like, you can see I got fresh flowers here. I always ask
Hmm.
my ladies, like, when's the last time you bought yourself flowers? Because a lot of times we can wait for somebody to do something for us. But it's like, what makes you feel good? That makes you feel good. Like, make sure that you're doing that for yourself often. And then in this way, you're teaching others how to treat you as well. But, you're getting in tune with what makes you feel good and what makes you feel the feeling of having pleasure, and giving that
Hmm.
to yourself. Because it's the little things. So getting in touch with nature, and then of course going outside, getting barefoot, just feeling the air, getting sun, letting that charge you up. So I would definitely say nature. And that is the nature of us as women. Our women, we are creators. We naturally want to grow things and nurture things. So if you have plants, that's a great way to do that. Um, and then thinking of the
And I
element.
also, just a little add on to that a little bit. I think that's a good point, because I don't. I think for a lot of us, even to say to be outside and to just go for a walk, or one thing you said to barefoot in the grass. Like a lot of times I probably wouldn't do that, depending on where I am. But those are things to just remember, and also kind of remembering things that we did as a kid, kind of touching base and being outside and being what you're saying in nature, and how when you do it, how really like refreshing it is, how great it is, and how good you feel, and it can make you really happy and smile.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned being a kid, because it's definitely good to nurture your inner child. Like, that's one of the best ways to tap into your creativity, is remember those things that you did love back then.
Yeah.
And we were so like carefree when we go outside, like we immediately perk up. So, you know,
Yeah.
that can immediately bring us back to that sense of ease and joy. So yeah, so nature, and when we talk about nature, we also want to talk about the elements. So, you know, we have water, we have fire, we have air, and we have earth. So going out to the park, that's grounding, getting your sun, that's that fire energy, letting the sun energize you, energize your body. You know, and that helps with your vitality, with your passion. And then
Yeah.
also the earthing, you know, getting into growing things, putting your hands in the dirt, your feet in the dirt. And then water. I love the ocean, and I'm all about like letting Mother Nature soothe me and just let me release and cleanse. And so baths are a very great way to, you know, get into that water element, especially at home. And you can incorporate the elements at home. So getting into a bath, you know, lighting your incense, lighting your candles, you know, having your dessert with you. Yeah. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was saying no. Yes, all those things are good. All those things are great.
And then also music, you know, tapping into all of your senses. Like we talked about the senses. So obviously putting on like sensual music, that's a great way to calm you and get you into that energy. Like maybe the Pleasure Principle song, or, you know, anything like that.
I'm always down for a concert. I have concerts in my apartment all the time.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that definitely gets us in energy, like dancing and singing, doing the things that make us feel good and pretty and like a woman, you know?
Yeah. So what do you do about, okay, so you have that, and I know that, because all that information is great. Well, real quick, before we get into my next question, I just want to kind of flash up and show some of these names we have here.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
I hear you, Verna.
I
Vivacious.
love that.
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, all right, Verna. All right, Verna. Wanda says she's wicked.
Okay.
Wicked Wanda. Huh. Come on, y'all. Kenya says, oh, she's taking notes. Mango. Okay. Buy flowers. Check. Barefoot. Got it. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Kenya
So,
knows how to take notes.
yeah. Yeah. So with that, what about, because I know you do yoga, and I don't know if you have like a sensual yoga or some moves that you could show us and talk about that, and how that can relax us and kind of get us in tune and in touch with ourselves. Just a few moves.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I definitely was gonna touch on yoga, because the breath is the first food of the body. And since we're talking on the Food Worth Forking podcast,
Yes.
that we know that, right? So, you know, if you're ever hungry, you know, breathe. I know y'all are like, what? I'm reaching for some food. What you mean? But it's good to breathe, you know, and that can allow you to tap into that sense of ease. But I'm actually, when it comes to our breath and us, you know, just tapping into that energy, touching is really great way to get in tune with your body, right? There's
Okay.
times we don't really get in tune with just how we feel, like closing our eyes and breathing and noticing how things feel, but also touching and self-soothing. So I always, even with baths, like it's important when we get out of the shower that we moisturize and oil ourselves down and give ourselves that sense of, you know, self-soothing. So touching, and then when you moisturize your skin, also your skin is more sensitive to touch. So if you don't moisturize, you can actually be blocking nerve receptors. And this is important, especially with intimacy with yourself or with a partner. So when it comes to the yoga, yoga literally means union. So if you're doing this on your own, it's union with yourself, right? Tapping into your energy. So you can put on a sensual song like we talked about. This song I'm putting on is called Stand Still by Sabrina Claudio. So if you want to join me, I just want to show you, since some of you might be in chairs or just sitting, this is something that can take just a quick minute.
We're about to do some moves here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just coming into your breath. So I invite you to just join me in just closing your eyes for a moment and taking a deep breath in through your nose. Lengthening your spine. Allow your shoulders to roll back behind you. Relax your jaw. Feel your belly deflating as you exhale. Taking your time. There's no need to rush.
Are we inhaling and exhaling through our nose, mouth?
Through your nose. Yep.
Everything is through the nose.
Whichever really is comfortable, honestly. But I
Okay.
usually through my nose. So inhaling through your nose.
Okay.
Just continuing at your own pace. And when you're ready, you can take your palms and slowly bring them up on your inhale, up above your head, any amount. Bringing your palms together, and on your exhale, just bringing them gently to your forehead, allowing your head to fall back any amount. Exhaling, take another deep breath here. Let it all out, deflating your belly. Take one deep breath in. And slowly parting your hands, taking your time, your fingers coming together last, or separating last. Allow your hands to slowly come down to your side. You can bring your hands back to the tops of your thighs. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly allow your palms to glide along your thigh towards your knee. Allow your chin to drop into your chest. You can go ahead and take a deep breath in, sinking deeper, allowing your spine to curve and your shoulders to kind of open up, tucking your head even more. And on your inhale, opening up your chest, coming up, allowing your shoulders to roll back, letting your head drop behind you any amount. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale, curving back. This time on your inhale, bring your arms up, grabbing your elbows, and then just kind of plugging yourself in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. As you exhale, you can go ahead and come up again if you like. And just kind of rock back and forth, giving yourself a gentle hug. And when you're ready, you can release your arms. And gently open your eyes. And come back into the room. And just notice how you
come back into the room.
Come back to your breathing and just notice how you feel, and how that literally took like 2 minutes, if that. And it really kind of just brings you back into your energy. And you can use your sensations as you going through that and notice, the sounds around you. Notice the sensations on the outside of your body, on the inside of your body. But really that touch, that sense of comfort, even, rubbing your palms together and just placing them on your heart, noticing your heart beating, and it's working for you all on its own. It's like you don't have to do anything. You're okay. You're allowed to just sit there and be present for a moment.
Right.
So yeah, but with sensual yoga, you definitely just tap into the senses and slow down, because we're always like going.
It's true. It's true. And that's very, listen, if clearly, as some people are commenting, that it takes a lot for me to like bring it in, bring it down, bring it in. And it's like 2 minutes to really kind of focus. And if that's where you start, just to relax and take that moment and that time for you. So yeah.
something you can even do in the bathroom, in the shower. I know for some women that's like the only time you have alone or that we have alone. So that's something you can do in the bathtub, in the shower. Like I love shower meditations too. So you can take it anywhere with you. It doesn't have to be on a mat. A lot of people think yoga and meditation has to be on a mat. So just remember, it can be anywhere.
Nice. Hi, Carrie. Carrie says nice. All right. So, okay. That's all good stuff. That's all good stuff. So what about, okay, I know that we kind of talked about like a game. Like, are we gonna play any? We're gonna do like a game of like touch,
Oh,
feel, so
yeah.
that we can kind of relax. So another way for us to, especially for women, to like to take the moment to be present and to be, just kind of to be. And one thing I think a lot of us do is we rush our food. Just eating and everything is on the go. And it's a little different now because we're in a pandemic, right? So we've had opportunities like, all right, maybe, maybe not. But but even in this pandemic, it has been hard because you are either homeschooling kids or you're working from home and there's no separation. And you're just like sitting by the side and you're like, okay, let me get my lunch real quick. So there's that moment where how should we, kind of take our time and even just enjoy our meals?
Yes. Yeah. So this is what they call mindful eating. But this is something that I talk about a lot at my parties. Um, when we're one thing that's very important, right, is spending that time to get in touch with the energy that we are, so that we know the energy that we are bringing to any other union is going to flow according to our energy, right?
Okay.
Sometimes we have to lead the way and lead by example. But sometimes our energy, we have very powerful energy, so it's going to
Mhm.
influence whoever we're around. So if we take care of it, we can enhance that power. So when it comes to intimacy, we always want to treat it like if it's the first time. So if you have like a fruit or a chocolate or something that you can just slowly eat, you can go ahead and grab that now.
Okay, I have chocolate. I think I'm gonna do the chocolate. But okay, so I didn't listen. My strawberries were frozen, so I didn't do strawberries. But, I do have cherry
Oh,
tomatoes, which I enjoy. And then I looked and I was like, oh, I didn't bring a napkin for this, but
I brought a napkin. Oh, here you go.
maybe I don't need one.
Okay, you don't.
Maybe I don't need a napkin.
Just
Okay, so let's get
have.
into this. Let's get into this fruit.
All right, so we're going to begin just with this meditation. So just start by holding it in your hand and
Mhm.
maybe just feeling the texture and looking at it as if you've never seen it ever before in your life. Okay, so just notice, what do you notice about it? What type of energy do you think it has or that it's going to give to you? Just noticing how it feels in your hand. And then after a moment, you can go ahead and bring it up to your lips. So just noticing the texture on your lips, how it feels. Is it cool? Is it textured? She's like, it's cool. Yeah.
It's smooth. It's cold.
And just notice how that feels. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and if it's small enough to just put it in your mouth, you can. But if you want, you could take just a big bite, but don't chew it yet. So I'm gonna take a bite of
I
mine.
don't have a napkin.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to, I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. We're gonna see what happens.
never know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now just kind of roll it around in your mouth and feel that texture. Notice how it feels on your tongue. Notice if you taste anything before you chew it.
Mm.
Notice if maybe your taste buds are going crazy. You might be salivating. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and slowly start to bite into it.
Mm.
And notice, any sensations. Now, I know some of you probably have already allowed it go down as I have. So just noticing though that sensation as it goes down, as it travels down your throat, down into your stomach, and notice any lingering sensation or taste you might feel in your mouth. So this is what we want to
It's
do.
gonna be good.
Yeah, when we are, being intimate with ourselves, but also we can bring this into our intimacy with a partner. And it's really great if we are coming into our breath, doing that meditation and doing this mindfulness, and then coming into the bedroom. Because a lot of times, one of the things that can keep us from pleasure is our mind just being in 50 million places. So if we can allow what we had from the day to just kind of come out of our sacred space, then we're going to be able to tap more into that energy.
I think that one, that was great. Two, listen, folks, with some music, your fun, whatever snack you want, and then also sharing that, having that moment with you, and then sharing that moment with someone else, that is pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, all right, let's hold on. Take notes. Take notes. Take note. That was a good one.
Yeah, you have to think if you're living in your goddess energy and your partner is living in their god or goddess energy, and you both bring that together, it's just going to be that much better. And
Yeah.
again, you being by example. So do those things that make you feel good.
Okay. All right. For the fruit.
Yes.
For the fruit. For the fruit. And with that, you can also, that's like setting the tone. You're like setting a tone for even maybe even before you go to bed, or just even to relax for the evening.
Mm-hmm. I already feel relaxed after eating that strawberry. I feel like, ooh,
I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm serious. I was like,
yes,
well, y'all listen.
right.
I
You start getting softer, right? When you take your
was like, oh, I was like, that was good. That was good.
time.
So listen, Raven, thank you.
Of course. You're
Thank
very
you for sharing those tips, those things with us this evening. Those were good. Those are really good. And you had mentioned something earlier, even just with touch and the type of clothes that you wear. Excuse me, even maybe even for us to pay attention to what we're wearing and how it feels on our skin, and just really having these moments for ourselves and with ourselves.
Yeah, I strongly believe what we wear against our skin is a direct reflection of how we feel. And we as women have all had that moment where we go shopping and we buy a bomb outfit, or, that first matching bra and panty set, and you just feel like the ultimate woman, right? So
Yeah.
I definitely believe in wearing materials that make you feel good. So soft, silky materials, like this is like a velvet material, this dress, so it really makes me feel like tap into that divine feminine goddess energy, and also adorning yourself with things that make you feel pretty, like jewelry. Like I really love gold and rose gold jewelry, and then if you like makeup, that too. But
Mm-hmm.
allowing yourself to get dolled up, and not just for somebody else. So a lot of ladies, like, they think lingerie should just be for their partner. I'm like, no girl, walk around
No,
in that all day,
no, I
because
am an advocate for lingerie. Love it.
it helps you to feel confident in your body too. When you're walking around in something that you look good in, and you're seeing it in your eyes first before you
Yes.
somebody to tell you, how good you look in that, right? So wear it on your own all day, and that's gonna boost your confidence and get you more comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. So, Raven, someone has a question for you.
Mhm.
And please, if you have questions for Raven, please ask them. But Treese asks, "What's your necklace?"
Yes. So
Is
this
it the
is
female anatomy?
the female anatomy. It is the yoni, the uterus, and the clitoris. So yeah. I can't remember the name of the shop because I got it at an online shop on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
What's
yeah,
the stone? Is that
uh,
is that a
like
stone that?
a pearl. Oh, this stone. I
Yeah.
forget. I forget. the name of it.
Okay.
I would say clear quartz, but I don't know.
Okay. It's pretty.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah, I always wear this to my parties. People are like, "Is that?" Yep, it is.
Yeah.
It's another thing that reminds me of that too. The womb, and just like it should be glorified. It should be there. We should have that reminder to, nurture it.
Nice. Nice. Well, thank you for these gems
You are
and
very
these
welcome.
pointers. And I hope that it was helpful for everyone who's listening and who's watching. And just it's a good start. It's a good start.
So much.
If you never have, now you can start and then you can explore and do more. Hey, the pearl is the little man in the boat. I can't.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. Kenya says the pearl is the little man in the boat. Okay. So are you going to hang out with me?
Yes,
And like be my co-host for the evening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. We are about to get into some other segments of this podcast. Again, thank you for those gems because that was fun. Clearly, I enjoyed myself.
Are we letting them know how they can reach me?
Yes. Yes, we're going to do that in a little while, and that's going to come up. But we are going to get into this next segment, which is in between the bites. In between the bites. So listen, let's get on over here. And in between the bite segment, if this again is your first time listening, it is about everything that's happening out here in the world and in our lives. And this week, I just, people are hilarious to me. And so this is how you know we are really in a pandemic, because we are out here doing some silly stuff. And here is the first one. Wow. I don't understand. I was like, who takes an Afro pick to cut up an onion? Then I was like, yeah, we need something. Some folks need something to do.
Yeah, it's like something that ASMR. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah, something to do. And here's this one that I was really like, why?
Oh, God, let's make Cinnamon Toast Crunch shrimp. I dump in a bunch of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We gotta do it. Get your cereal into a bowl. And a little bit of ground ginger. Why not? Why not? Shrimpy going into the cereal. Shrimpy going into egg white. Then back in the cereal.
And then drop it in the fryer.
To make a sauce, I'm gonna take a habanero and some pineapple, pop it under the broiler. Hey, look, we did it. Toss it into a blender. Add some vinegar. And a whole lot of honey. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. And a hefty pinch of salt. Why am I doing this? And straight into a sauce pot. Do a little bit of this to it.
Toss in your scrimps. Garnish some fresh Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a couple lime wedges, and some fresh serrano chili.
And there's your Cinnamon Toast Crunch shrimp with pineapple habanero sauce. Let's try it. It'd be better without Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch box would be better without shrimp tails, so, oh wait. So good though.
Sorry, my face. Every time I watch that video, my face is all screwed up. Because I'm like, who does that? Who takes cereal? Okay. And then he says it would be better without it, but this is what I've done and I'm going to eat it. What are we saying out here? Raina says, LOL. This is a reference to the case where someone found shrimps in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal box. Yeah, because I don't understand. I don't understand why he did that. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kenya says she agrees with Raina. Yes, because that's just out of control. But okay, that's what people are doing. And I think they don't have anything to do in this pandemic.
Agreed.
Right? I guess.
Yes. They like the views.
Yeah, because we're like, who does it? And clearly I was like, who does this? Let me watch it all the way through. Who does it? Watch it all the way through. Yes, Nancy. Yuck. Yes. Jason says, I don't know. I try it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, the sad thing, once it was cooked, I will say it looked good. Like I was like, oh, maybe that like a coconut shrimp or whatever. Then I was like, cereal? No, sorry. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But onward for the last person or last woman that I'm going to talk about for at least for this month for Women's History Month is this beautiful woman right here. And actually, as I was, kind of searching and I'm trying to figure out who did I want to talk about this week. And when I read her story, and it's a short, just a short little bio, I was like, oh, wow, this is pretty cool. And I had no idea. This is Freddie Washington. And this Savannah Beauty is an actress and it is one of my favorite films of all times. And it's really, it's really old. And there are two versions of it. And she was the first actress in Imitation of Life. Raven, have you ever seen Imitation of Life?
I haven't.
Okay. So must watch, great movie, must watch. And there's two. She was in the 1937 version of Imitation of Life. And the other one was done in 1959. And after Imitation of Life, Miss Washington played in Imitation of Life. Miss Washington played a young woman who was passing as white. And people at the time became confused. Hollywood wondered if she was life imitating art. Miss Washington had a hard time getting new roles. She was told she wasn't Black enough for the Black roles that were mostly maids at the time. And when her agents wanted her to go out for white roles, this is what she said, quote, "No matter how white I look, on the inside, I'm Black." And this is 1945. And by the way, both of her parents were from Black and European descent. Miss Washington stopped working in the movie industry after Imitation of Life. She then became a writer and a civil rights activist. She was a founding member of the Negro Actors Guild of America. She fought for better opportunities for Black actors. And we love Frida Washington.
Yes.
Right? I just thought that was just, I just thought that was a pretty dope story. And I came across it and I was like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And people need to know that. Good. Who's out here? Oh yeah, I don't know who Picking is. Okay. Wanda says, yeah, it's one of my favorite films. It is, it's such a good movie. Kenya says, yes, that movie is such a must watch. So yeah, it is good. You gotta watch it, Raven. Good. Says, yes, Rena. Yes. So yeah, if you have a chance, anyone watch it and watch both of them. Both of them are really good. Okay. And that is Women's History Month. You're in there. And
us every day, right?
Yeah, every day we can celebrate. I mean, this is the month, but please celebrate and find out some good gems like that one about women in history and women around you every day. Honor them. Yeah. So now we are about to get into delicious bites. Delicious bites. Yes. So this is an old favorite, and I had the opportunity to go to this restaurant, and it is here in New York. I think there are some other restaurants across the country, but there's one in New Jersey, and there are a couple here in New York. And it's a chain, but it's probably one of the best chains that I've come across. It's like an upscale chain, I'll say. It is that. But I had the opportunity to go in the last few weeks, and you can never, ever I mean, never, ever, ever go wrong with this.
Mm.
And who knows what this is? This is the spinach and artichoke dip from Hillstone.
Mm.
Hillstone is really, it's still hands down one of my favorite places. It is. But this was my delicious bites moment.
I've never
I was
been there.
able,
That's good.
it is so good every time. Every
Mm.
time I've gone, it's like a staple. You cannot walk out the door and not get the spinach dip from Hillstone. You can't do it. Jason says, hell yeah. Yes, Jason. Yes. Chips and dip, it is. And all the little accoutrements on the side.
You know, I'm addicted to chips. Hello. Like,
Yeah,
what?
duh. That's right. You did say that. You did say that. But yeah, without fail, you have to go. Yes. And Hillstone is delicious. Absolutely delicious. One of my favorite places. Love that place. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. This is probably one of the favorite moments of the podcast, of the show. We are about to get into what? Smash or pass. That is what we are about to do this evening. So, hope you're ready. Let's get into it. Raven, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Here we are. First up is
Oh, pass.
you're like, oh yeah, no pass. But this is bacon weave s'mores sandwich. So it's chocolate and marshmallows in between two bacon weaves, like bacon. So if you are a bacon fan, I don't know about the marshmallows and chocolate, but I do get the salty, sweet thing. But that marshmallow thing kind of throws me off.
Mm. So you just want bacon and chocolate.
No, I mean, but I wouldn't do regular bacon. I'd probably do turkey bacon, or beef bacon because beef bacon is bomb. But I don't know. That just sounds like a lot to me. What are people saying out here? What are we saying?
Just don't have this before you get intimate. You want to keep,
Right.
you know?
It might cause a few problems.
Okay.
Jason says, let's go. I'm assuming you say that is a smash. Okay. Okay. Verna says, pass, never. All right. We have what in the heart attack? What in the heart attack? Pass. Okay. Kenya is passing. Jason says, yep, I'd give it a go. Salty and sweet. Yeah, I get that because I do like salty and sweet. But I figured some people was like, yeah. Someone says type 2 diabetes. Okay. Yeah, probably. It is an interesting mix, Raina. It is an interesting mix. Bubble Guts Gas, Toilet Ministry. Wow. Okay. Wouldn't have thought about that, but okay. Okie dokie. Okay, Black Lives Matter, Jason. Don't do it. Yes. Right. All right. So next up is, let's see what we have here. What is this? What does that look like? That is
oh, go ahead.
No. That is a garlicky kale pizza with eggs. So we have homemade pizza sauce layered with half kale greens and cheese and cracked eggs on top. What is the verdict out here?
I have to pass only because the eggs and the cheese, but it looks good without the egg. It looks really good without the egg.
I don't know if I would do. I would. You know what? I would probably try it, but I don't. The egg on the pizza. Oh, I think I just feel like that's being extra. But maybe I'll try it. Raina says she try it. Yes. LOL, I'm vegan.
Yeah, vegan. Try it.
And Rona says no. Oh, hell no, pass. Okay. All right. Yes, pass the egg. Yeah, the eggs are a no go. I agree. I don't know. Jay says a smash. Okay. So, but I think we're having some passes tonight. More passes than smashes. Okay. All right. So we're gonna say no to the garlicky. And that's a lot though. A lot of garlic, eggs, pizza, tomato sauce. I felt that in my chest, actually, even saying it out. I was like, I feel it right up in here. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, next up is. This is a red velvet latte. Red velvet latte. So we have heated milk and sugar added with melted chocolate, then stirred with food coloring, coffee, and vanilla. I'd try it. It sounds and it looks extremely sweet, but I would try it. I would. What say ye? Yeah.
Let me get a plant-based version. Because I totally want to smash. But
yeah.
yeah.
So let me get a plant-based version. Yeah, I don't like that one.
It looks it seems like it could be a date food though, if it was,
But I think she's talking about. I think Kenya's talking about the pizza.
Oh,
the garlicky pizza, because that is not a date food at all. That's just wrong. That means you don't like you really discovered like you don't like the person. You like this is as far as it's going to go. And like, yeah, give me all that garlic, please. Thank you. So Wanda says that she would smash all day on this red velvet latte. Jay says smash. Okay. And Kenya says, I mean, I'll try it with almond milk. Smash-ish.
I'm with it.
Smash-ish. Yeah, I get that. Nancy gets fancy and says, if you go ahead and add some vodka, I'm about that life all day, and she'd smash. I added all that. She really didn't say it, but I hear her. I felt that's what she meant. So that was my ad lib, Nancy. And then we have the banter. Jason, you're just hungry. Stop. Okay, that's funny. And yes, smash. And I don't drink coffee. Okay. Yeah, I would try it. I would definitely try it. So, all right. So I think that's almost a unanimous smash. First time in a while. All right, last one. And it is. This is a classic. This is a whiskey sour. It's whiskey, lemon juice, sugar, and sometimes I think people add, there's an egg that's optional. But yeah, I did. I was like, oh, that was interesting. I never had it before, but okay. All right. Egg is optional. So what say ye? Are y'all with the whiskey sour? I mean, it's regular. It's kind of like, but this sure does look good. It looks yummy.
If it's a celebration, I might smash. Especially try it.
Yeah.
It does look pretty.
It does. I was like, ooh. And I think that's what this is. That foam on top, that layer, that is the egg. That's probably the egg. And we have some folks who are like, yes, whiskey sour, I'm about smashing. And we got a pass. And we have that's for grown folks. No egg, though. Well, this burn going down.
That's why I said celebration. That's when I can handle it. I'm like, all right, quick little,
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And Vernon says, can I change the whiskey for iced tea? If you change the whiskey to ice, that's what it will be, is iced tea. You're just going to have iced tea. And that's okay. That's okay.
That is okay.
Yes. That's totally fine. Yep, smash, but just one. I like my whiskey without sour. Okay. Okay. Turning up my laptop. Smash. Wanda says she's gonna turn. Okay, Wanda. I hear you. I hear you out here. Yes. So okay, that's kind of a mixed. That's kind of a mixed reviews, but it's all good and all good reviews. So all right, and that's what we have there for the whiskey sour. Where are you? Oh, there you go. And that's that. So yeah. So last but not least this evening, we're gonna go ahead. We haven't done this in a few weeks, and we are going to have a sensual food fact. We haven't done this. I haven't done this in
I love
a
it.
few weeks. So this week, the sensual food fact is pineapple.
Uh-oh.
Pineapple. And Raven, you might be able to get, you might be able to tell us a little bit about pineapple, but did you know? For pineapple, Amy Riley from Eat Something Sexy says, throughout history, pineapple has been used as a cure for impotence, and the tradition continues today. So, yes, it is fair to say that pineapple is an aphrodisiac. Pineapple is loaded with vitamin C, and vitamin C is essential to the production of happy hormones. It is also a powerful antioxidant, helping us to look and feel young, hot, and vibrant. And that is what we are saying about pineapple. Oh, and then she also says, for a bonus, there are rumors that pineapple juice can improve the experience or flavor of oral sex. There is absolutely no scientific research to substantiate the claim, but now that doesn't mean it isn't true. After all, some people who are pretty experienced in this area, including porn star Annie Sprinkle, she's weighed in. Sprinkle recommends a man consume pineapple or other fruit juice a few hours before a sexual interlude. Seems like pretty sound advice. And that is food worth 40. I think so. I believe so. Pineapple.
Well, we all know the song Diced Pineapples. So,
Pardon?
so we all know that song Diced Pineapples. So, but I just want to add that it's so funny that we had the garlic food on there because I will say tip, do not eat garlic if you're planning on having somebody enjoy your diced pineapples.
So what is the garlic? So other than what we think of what garlic does, but what does garlic do?
It actually will taste like garlic. Like you can taste the garlic.
Okay.
So I avoid that. But you really just want to give the body any living foods, any sweet fruits. Those are the things that are going to energize your body, make sure the blood flow is flowing properly so that you can have the most pleasure. And then, things also can smell great and taste great. Just, giving our body living things so that it can emulate nature. That's what we are.
Okay. And I think we've talked about, that's interesting that you say that because we've talked about asparagus and a few people that were on the show like, don't do asparagus. Really? But it's supposed to be one of those central foods as well. So we're like, I don't know about that asparagus.
Yeah, I'll say that it would be one of my, did not know. What was the question you asked me earlier? My did not know moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What were you? I think it was. I can't remember now. But what would you be surprised with? What is the thing you did not know? Yes, asparagus is one of those. Yes. We have. What are people saying? Wanda says, "I need some. I need some pineapple 911." That's funny. Nancy says, "Grabbing my shoes and heading to the store as we speak." Yes, get the pineapple. Yes, That's pretty much why the rappers talk about it so much. Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, listen, everyone, we have come to the end of the episode. So, yeah. So, Raven, I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I want to thank you so much for being here. You have given us some great gems, some insight, definitely remembering ourselves and taking care of ourselves. Ladies, take the time out. Take the time out to take care of you. It's so important. And another thing I want to say real quickly is just on a safety note. Everyone, please continue to wear your masks. Please continue to keep your distance. Um, the United States has gone up today, up 13% in COVID cases. We were kind of going down and then we plateaued, but now we're going back up. And within the last couple of days, we've gone up 13%. And that's a lot. And we're doing so well. So continue to wear your mask, be safe. Don't move around so much. And I know it's so tempting because we've been in this space for a year, but really minimize it, please, because we can't afford to be locked down again. And we probably won't, and which means that we would be in a lot of trouble. So mask, keep your distance, keep your groups really small, and outdoor eating, outdoor dining, and be safe. So Raven, let's talk about you for a second. Let's talk about this discount. What's
Yeah.
happening?
So any service that you book with me, so I'll just recap the things that I offer. So I do pure romance parties. These are in-home or online, and those are free. But if you do choose to grab some goodies in addition to your shopping spree, there's that. But also I am offering private healing sessions with yoga and a reading, as well as an herbal tea or smoothie. So again, this can be in person in Columbus, Ohio, or virtual. If you do virtual, you will still get some herbal recommendations in your reading as well. And then I do herbal consultations. So I do have my apothecary, which is launching next month. So
Yay.
when you connect with me, I'm already offering all of the services, so you will get 20% off through the end of April when you mention the Food Worth Forking podcast. And yeah, it's a great experience. Whatever you choose to do, we will make it custom to you and your needs. So definitely feel free to reach out if you have questions or want more information about what I have to offer.
And we can find you and see you and reach out to you where?
So I'm on Instagram mainly at Heal with Divine Nature, or PR by Raven. That's my Pure Romance page. And then on Facebook, you can find me at Ravenne Marte. And you will see both of my Facebook business pages in my bio on there as well.
Nice. Yes, 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 yes. So listen, thank you everyone for being here, and follow the podcast. Listen to the podcast on all of your podcast platforms. Wherever you listen to podcasts, I'm there. We're there. Listen, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Food Worth Forking. And hey, subscribe to the channel, Food Worth Forking. Like it and ring that bell.
Ring that bell.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? Ring that bell. So listen, everyone have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. If you celebrate Good Friday, happy Good Friday. Easter, this is Easter weekend. Let me check out these comments. Yes. Thank you. Enjoy the weekend. Relax. And
Tap back into the energy that you are in
yes.
nature.
Indeed. So thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. And until we eat again, make it food worth forking. Have a good night.
Peace, y'all.